Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai. You are the self. This is your existent reality. It is not changing. The mind is designed as an interpreter of all that is changing. The interpreter of the changing cannot give you good directions to that which is unchanging. And I'm not saying that we have to come into some sort of a denial of that which is changing. All I'm saying is that it deserves some of your time. So what can you say about yourself, which is the unchanging? Always here. Always here. Is it dependent on anything at all? This is the unchanging self, which is your ever-present reality. Did you do anything to create this? Can you lose this? Your very existence, your very being is here effortlessly. All our effort is to be something. But just to be, who's making an effort? Just to exist. What is needed? And as existence is here, The appearance of these images is also here automatically. All these perceptions, all these sensations. Nothing needs to be changed or fixed. And all the seeming changing and fixing also happens on its own in the light of your existence. That's why Master Bankei said, all things are perfectly resolved in the unborn. You don't have to give birth to an individual pretend entity for the resolution of anything at all. If you just hear this point today, you will experience a lot more peace, a lot more spaciousness. All things are perfectly resolved in the unborn. Nothing needs your personal intervention. No person is real anyway. You are just the self, being the self. I'm very happy also that many of you are hearing what I'm saying over the past few weeks. And coming to this simple spaciousness. This effortless openness. This boundless existence. The greatest prize in the universe is already here. Nothing is more glorious than the glory of your own existence, your own self. You have played as if you have waited so long to meet yourself. Just meet yourself now. This is the meeting that you have been waiting for. You have met millions of objects, thousands of bodies. Now it is time to meet yourself. All those objects and bodies will still be there for you to play with. But take this time to come to this auspicious meeting. Now the concept of meeting itself becomes meaningless. Because you are yourself. You always have been. You don't have to think about meeting yourself. You don't have to create any feelings about it. You just are. No concept is needed. No notion is required. Your unchanging self is here. Now we are done with this idea that it is too simple. We are done with the idea that myself cannot be the true self, that I must be incomplete, that I must be more devoted, that I must become more free. All these notions can be thrown away now. As you meet your own holy presence. You notice that it is completely full and complete. Now the mind will come to try and sell you a position about yourself. Accept this mind. It is doing its job well. But see for yourself that no position is true about you. Let it all go. Let it all go. Enjoy the taste of your existence. Enjoy the space of your being. And let all things come and go. Whatever words have appeared from your mouths, let them go. They were exactly as they were meant to be. Whatever actions have appeared from this body, let them go. Nothing moves without the will of consciousness. Whatever thoughts, emotions, sensations, perceptions are coming, let them come and let them go. Nothing can shake you in reality. Turn it off. Is it ringing inside the room? Your being is here, unchanged. You're not coming to a new state. You don't have to hold on to anything. What can get in the way of your existence? What can make a doer or a sufferer out of you? It is only when God puts on this mask of individuality that you can play in this way. Welcome this holy fire of your presence. Welcome the burning of all that is false. Let the mind come with all its force if it has to. But nothing can shake your true presence. Even your greatest spiritual fantasy cannot compare with your simple reality. Your truth is neither boring nor exciting. It just is beyond all these notions. Beyond feelings and thoughts. Beyond memories and projections. Beyond the content of your experience. As blissful or bothersome as it might seem, you are beyond it. Let the body do what the body will do. It is nothing but a wave on the ocean that you are. Let everything be, including the movements of this body, the actions which seem to appear, the inactions which can bother you. Find that, recognize that, which remains untouched. If there is some question, I can look at them.
I want to clarify again.
Want to clarify?
Then when I asked you, seeing is here. When you see yourself, the world is an object, but it's here. It's on the screen of yourself.
The
screen of the self.
The seeing is on the screen. Go slowly. So there is a seeing, which is that seeing which is aware of all things.
That seeing is isness.
Yes. So then, which one are you talking about? The perception is what you're talking about dependent on attention or independent of attention?
Isness is quite evident.
The seeing that you're talking about, is it dependent on attention or independent of attention?
The moment you open your eyes, you see the world, you see objects, including your body.
But you see the object on which attention is. So this is what I would call perceiving. You are seeing or you are aware even of this perception, of this perceiving itself.
What I want to know is your seeing different from mine?
No, both perceiving and that which is aware of perceiving are the same. Only the interpretation is different. Or even the interpretation can be the same. But in one case, it might be getting more belief. In one case, it might be getting less belief.
other day when I asked you, there was a clarity.
Yes.
Okay? You asked me, where are you seeing from?
Yes.
I know where I'm seeing from. And what I want to clarify is when I see myself as an object and every other object in this room, anything that is in the room as an object.
Can you see yourself as an object?
I can't see myself, but I can see my body.
You can see the body, which is an
my
object.
thoughts.
Yes. And you can see thoughts. Where is yourself in this?
This is stratum by which everything is seen.
Yes. Yes. So you can never really see yourself as an object.
I can't see
You
myself.
can only interpret the appearance of an object to be you.
That's very clear.
That's very clear.
Very clear. But what I really want to know, I thought I had clarity that day because I'm talking about oneness, you know.
Yes.
When I see different objects,
Yes.
and I see it as myself. I see everything because space contains everything.
Yes.
There's no inside and outside.
Yes.
And for everyone, it's like that.
Yes.
So everything is happening in the stream of your consciousness. And I don't get this oneness factor.
That already is one. What you're saying is that all of these are appearing on the one screen of consciousness. You see, in the light of the same consciousness. So the light is the same, the screen is the same. There are no two. There is just consciousness.
Yeah, it is like that.
So your seeing is of oneness.
It is like
Where?
that.
How does the difference come? How does the two-ness come?
It is like that. But that wow, that love, you know, boundless love.
But that will also be on the screen of that consciousness.
Sorry?
Even the appearances or the non-appearances are in the light of consciousness, on the screen of consciousness. Does the appearance of the feeling to love and hug everyone, does that make something happen independent of what already is in the light of consciousness or the screen of consciousness?
No, I'm taking a deep thought of what you said long ago when you had this experience of vastness.
Yeah.
And you wanted to hug everyone in the street and everything. That feeling is not coming.
But did I say that that is a prerequisite to your recognition of the self or something? I'm just sharing one experience that happened. Less like any other experience, it also comes and goes.
This one.
See, what happens is that this whole ocean and coconut thing, what you found that you are the ocean which contains all things. On your own screen, in your own light, all things are appearing. Now, does the screen want to hug everyone? Or does the coconut want?
It's beautiful without any movement.
Yeah.
In total absorption, it is the best.
And when movement happens?
Movement happens, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Till you identify with the coconut and say, oh, this coconut must now feel like hugging everyone. Till then, no trouble. No? See, this is the level confusion which I speak of. You're discovering something about yourself, which is the container for all things. You see, there's a space for all things. It is the space for space itself.
Yes.
You see? But then you take one particular object and say, this one will be free when it feels like hugging everyone. That cannot be true.
No, it's not hugging everyone. It's like, that boundless love you were talking about.
Yeah.
That thing
is already present. The boundless love, when you find yourself to be that which is in all things are made up of you. There is no greater boundless love than this. If you feel that object which is appearing must now experience something like that, then again we're mixing up the ocean and the coconut. What you're finding about yourself is that already you're unbound, and love is just your perfume naturally. So if nothing happened for this body mind, would that be okay or not?
I don't want any reference here.
No reference.
I'm just clarifying
Very good.
because I understand. I can understand. I experience it in your presence, especially the boundless aspect of myself. Silly questions. Silly things will come.
It's good to clarify these things because this is a very primal impulse to make a reference back to this body and say what changed for this one. Why this one not experiencing it in this way? Where are you now? Are you contained in anything at all? Do you have a boundary or a limit? Is there one Ananta outside you and one Gopala inside you? All these moving pictures and sounds are in your own presence, in your own life. Then you will see that there is one Gopala aspect of you, there is one Ananta aspect of you. Each of these seemingly moving parts are nothing but aspects of the one big unmoving. When I speak about the ocean and the coconut, for how many of you is it clear? Okay. Because you can clarify this, because this can be very, very, in the play, it can seem very sticky. I'm discovering that I'm the limitless one. But why is this body still not behaving like that? What you're finding about yourself is that you are that in which all of these appearances are coming and going. This body mind is just another aspect of that appearance. It is only because we have been habituated to believe that these appearances are me, that it can seem like we want to then capture the limitless in this tiny container of sensations. Which you cannot do. So as we leave the existence of this worldly object to existence itself, then we see that we don't have to manage anything at all. All things are moving and have been moving in their own light, in the light of consciousness. There is no individual speaking these words right now, and no individual is hearing them. It is just consciousness speaking with consciousness. Wherever you draw a boundary for yourself, know that there is a notion there which is not true. Wherever you create a sense of idea of limitation about yourself, know that there is a notion there which is not real about you. Notionlessly, who can show me a boundary? So the job of the mind, the job of this aspect of you called the mind, is to convince consciousness itself that it is a limited entity. For a while, consciousness has played as if it bought into these ideas, and now it is ridding itself of them. What you're seeing is the big I, the unlimited I. What needs your belief is the small concept of I. You're experiencing your truths. But to believe, to pose as if you're limited, means a notion about yourself. Trust your presence to resolve all things perfectly. The very first thing in the morning, you met an enlightened being, which is your own self. How this poor being has been judged and judged and judged. So many interpretations already this morning. No wonder it seemed like a burden donkey or something. Yet, what is the promise of the being? That as you meet it fresh, all the burdens are gone. Past is irrelevant for it. The future means nothing. You just are. And I promise you that what you are just now, in this moment, without judgment, is the most enlightened being that you will ever meet. Is it possible that all of you are getting it right now, are seeing the simple reality completely? You don't have to become deserving of this. No worthiness is needed. And whatever, if there was something needed, it has already been done. Every moment you are fresh, you are new, empty of all this conceptual dust that you gathered. You might have even believed that it is some great treasure that we are picking up along the way. All these concepts about ourselves. But now we see that it was nothing but dust. And we can allow it to fall away. In fact, it is already gone. You will still get invitation for new dust. Mostly in the form of but something. But what about my work? But what about my family? But why do I lose my temper? But why is the Sangha like this? But none of this is about the real you. No doubt can apply to the truth of what you are. It only applies to the coconut. All our self-righteousness, all our specialness, all our humility and unworthiness has not brought us any peace. All of it has only served as dust in your eyes. So meet yourself with fresh eyes now. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Sri Muji Baba ki
Jai. Sadhguru Shri Ananta Ji ki Jai.